Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at GMX and ask the question, would I buy or should you buy GMX? Not financial advice in the bear market. This is installment 70 of 1001. As always, you can see a link to every video in the playlist in the description of this video. And if you like this content, smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment in the comment section. But otherwise, let's go ahead and dive right on into this. Would I buy GMX in the bear market? Well, let's go ahead and get the simple stuff out of the way. If you remember from my intro video, timing is a big deal when it comes to this. I am more willing to put some money into cryptocurrencies that are newer rather than older. And question one, was this cryptocurrency created before or after April 14th of 2021? If before, other questions. If after, my answer is most likely yes. GMX was created after April 14th of 2021. So then most likely this would be an automatic yes. And from what I've researched, the answer is yes. There are a couple of things that I want to point out as just causes of concern or things to have on your radar. Otherwise, I would have no problem buying this cryptocurrency in the bear market ahead of a next bull run. In nuts and bolts description, GMX is a decentralized perpetual exchange. You can trade cryptocurrencies, you can stake, you can pool, you can do lots of things. You can trade with leverage, and it says up to 50x leverage, which is good, which is new. It's interesting for a decentralized exchange to be able to boast that. We see that kind of thing on Binance, on Bybit. Those are things that, in the United States at least, that we don't have access to. I can trade with up to 5x leverage on KuCoin. So this is new. This is something that is really interesting. It's intriguing, and it's something I want to do a lot more research on. I've never used GMX. I've never bought any of their cryptocurrency, but that's something that's on my radar. And another thing that I need to figure out is, can people in the United States use it? Looking at the charts here, it's a pretty simple thing. GMX has not really had a bear market because it was just created and launched later than all the craziness happened. I mean, we see the earliest data for this chart in September of 2021, and we see, so I mean that's actually very good that they've held up this long. But we do see some sort of a bottoming out in the summer of 2022. The thing that has benefited GMX is very similar to the thing that benefited Trust Wallet token. People were fleeing as we saw the centralized exchanges tend to go under. People were fleeing those and looking for a more decentralized option, which is why Trust Wallet token, if you were to look at their token, you would think, did they actually ever have a bear market? And same with GMX. It doesn't look like they've had an actual bear market. Now, what I would say in response to that is, well, does that mean that GMX is going to not do a 100x next time around? I mean, 100x, that seems to be unlikely given the fact that it has a $500 million market cap as it is right now. I would not expect this to get to a $50 billion market cap, but really it would have to get beyond that because of just the tokenomics of GMX. And that is something that I really want to bring to your attention as just something that I'm paying attention to. It's on my radar. I'm wondering, so you can see on coinmarketcap.com, 8.4 million supply, and I'm wondering what this is going to look like over time, because what I'm seeing here over the last year is a pretty aggressive increase. I mean, this chart starts out at about 7.25 million GMX in January, a year ago, January of 2022, a year from when I'm making this video, and you can see a sharp increase in the amount of the total supply. And as of today, it's 8.43 million, or about 12 to 15% inflationary. That's not something I love to see. And if you go further, you can see that they have their intention. I want to emphasize this. What they're saying they're going to do is they have a forecasted max supply of 13.25 million. And so that's another 40% increase. And what is that schedule going to look like? But then you see minting beyond the max supply of 13.25 million is controlled by a 28-day time lock. So I'm getting mixed signals here. Is it 13.25 million GMX, or is it more than 13.25 million? I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But I'm curious to know what that kind of inflationary pressure is going to do. But then also looking at the supply, the team, the biz development, the spend quantity, the amount of the tokens that the team gets is 1 million tokens. And so most likely what tends to happen is that they don't, if they were to spend that in a year, you can see in this chart, the required growth for the price to hold at today's price would be about 74%. That's the entire growth in the market cap for the price to hold. And that's exactly why I'm like a little bit nervous about the inflationary metrics with this. But, under typical expansion, what you would see is more of a required growth of 18%. And so we'll see, what's the team going to do? Are they going to aggressively mint new GMX tokens and be, as this article says, wasteful? Or are they going to be prudent? Or are they going to do what most developers do and do things slowly? I mean, what we've seen over so far is more in the prudent range with an expansion of 1 million new tokens added to their supply. A few other things here, looking at GMX, you can see, there are things, again, that I do like about it. Assets under management, 800 million and growing. Lots of things that just distribution. They do, here's another thing I forgot I need to point out. They work in tandem with another cryptocurrency of theirs called GLP. So when you, in certain pools, when you stake GMX or stake other things, your reward is not GMX, it's GLP. So GLP can end up being very highly inflationary. The last time I've seen this happen before, and I have not seen it work out very well, the most notable example being Wonderland, aka Time, which had a huge run at the end of 2021, up to something like $10,000 before it just completely collapsed. And so I'm not saying that's going to happen with GMX, but that's just another thing. If you want to do your own research on this cryptocurrency, that is something else that I would recommend that you pay attention to. And so that really is it. I want to know more about their plans for their supply. Otherwise, this does have potential. I have said this before, I'll say it again. I think as of right now, January of 2023, when I'm making this video, there is a void when it comes to trusted platforms and exchanges. And there's a lot of potential for platforms like GMX to take a solid chunk of that pie. And I think at the end of the day, that is what's going to win out for GMX over the inflationary concerns. So it's not necessarily a mixed review here. It's just, hey, keep this on your radar and pay attention to it. And yeah, I wouldn't not recommend throwing something at this in anticipation of solid returns. I mean, who knows? Maybe this could end up in the top 30, top 20 in market cap one day. But even if I'll just stop there. I'll stop there. I've given the positives. I've given the negatives. I'd love to hear more and research more, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section of this video. Will you be buying GMX in the bear market? As always, I am an open book with this. People have made very good points in the comment sections of videos of cryptocurrencies that I've reviewed before. This may not be any different. Let me know your thoughts. But otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.